Welcome to the Error404.Podcast. This is the Waverly Robotics Team, and I'm your host, Tim. Sitting here with me is...
Gabe. Diego.
Owen.
And Frank.
Today we're going to talk about this year's challenge and a lot of other things.
Tim, what's the theme of this year's challenge?
This year's challenge, it's deep space.
Okay, what's the challenge? What are the rules?
This year's challenge is deep space.
Yeah.
For the first 15 seconds,
Oh, yeah.
the point of it is to have your robot, and it can either attach hatches or cargo to your rover or spaceship. You're probably going to want to put the covers on first, otherwise your cargo is just going to fall right out. But so our job is to create a robot that can both put hatches on and put cargo inside the rover and the spaceship.
Tim, why don't you talk about the first 15 seconds?
So the first 15 seconds is the sandstorm. But we're on basically Mars, and there's going to be a sandstorm. For the first 15 seconds, the drivers cannot see anything on the field. So they have to program the robots for autonomous to play the first 15 seconds, or they have to put a webcam on the front so they can watch what their robot's doing and drive it that way.
What are we doing?
We're sure as... Can't say that. We're definitely not doing autonomous.
Autonomous is
We're
hard.
doing the webcam.
Yeah, programming autonomous robots is the hardest thing to do, and it's a lot easier. What is it, Frank?
You're basically making AI that drives your robot, and that's really, really, really hard. So we're gonna slap a GoPro on our robot.
Or whatever webcam camera we have, and make it simple and practical.
You see, the one reason I'm upset with not having autonomous is now we have to rely on my competence?
You seriously
That's how
just
that
have
works.
to drive forward.
Yeah, but then you can do more than that.
But you
can-
have to drive forward. That's the bare minimum
That's the
do.
bare minimum, but everyone's going to want me to do more. If we had an autonomous, it would work pretty much every time as long as we set it up right.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't, so I'm going to stop complaining about it. But moving on, then you go into the actual game, where you place hatches on the cargo hold, then you put cargo in the cargo hold. The hatches are basically giant frisbees.
Yeah.
With holes in the middle.
With holes in the middle that attach via Velcro.
Yeah.
And then the cargo are basically giant orange balls that are very similar to the old-fashioned dodgeballs or kickballs, whatever you play. And, well, you have to put, as Owen said earlier, you have to put the hatches on first or your cargo rolls out. And I don't remember how to get rank points.
Talk about the stairs. You get a rank point if you
end
fill...
game.
Wait, you get a rank point if you fill one of the rockets. I know that.
Yeah, you get a rank point for filling the rocket. You get 2 rank points for winning.
That was if you get 15. If you get on the 12.
Oh, no, you're talking about the stairs thing.
Oh, yeah.
But is
and
that another way to get one?
Possibly.
Okay.
We're very well versed, as you can tell.
We should have had somebody else come
We're
in here
really
and explain the
trying
game.
to get to the 12. So there's
Explain the
So,
end game,
end
Owen.
game.
Yeah.
There's a pedestal back. I believe it's called the hab, is what they call it. I'm not really sure. And so there's 2 6 points on either side, and there's a 12 point in the middle.
12 points
So
tall.
the 12 point is I believe it's 13 inches off the ground. So
What are we doing to get up?
What are
to
we
this
doing?
point?
So we're gonna have arms on the front and back of our robot.
Right.
So we drive up to it, and you can take your arms and put it up.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll give us leverage. So we'll be at an angle, and then we should be able to just drive right up onto the 6.
Like
That's cool.
a ramp.
Yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
a ramp. We're trying to go for the 12, but we're not sure if it's gonna work.
It
every
looks
time.
like it's gonna be
It's
6.
really, the angle is really makes it
Is
really
it too steep?
It's
Yeah.
really steep. So we might not always be able to get to the 12, but it's definitely possible.
See, one idea I had was we do an elevator kind of way, but I don't know how to get up. To
We
the
have
top.
we
That's
have
what
an
we-
elevator on
That's
it.
how they started doing it, I thought, is they were going to go...
That was
up.
for picking up the balls and
No,
Yes.
they were going to make the
Well,
guy
no,
go
we
up
were
and
gonna
then
try that, but
collapse the legs.
it doesn't work very well.
Doesn't?
And we're worried that it wouldn't work very 100% of the time, or over 60% of the time.
right.
So we kind of scrapped that one with something else.
Mm.
All right, so Owen, you've been working with Cat a lot.
Yes, I have.
One, how far are they?
I
And what are our plans to pick up the hatches and the bolts?
So I believe the CAD's almost finished. The chassis and the elevator system, and most of the other like the how we're gonna get hatches and balls and all that are, I believe, are almost done. I think they're working on the ball like system right now. But what was it again? how to get the hatches?
Yeah,
The hatches.
how are we going to get
We're
the
gonna
hatches?
have we're gonna have kind of, I don't know what, I think it's gonna be some kind of like pneumatic arm. So it's gonna kind of be like this. So we will.
What is this for the viewer or the listeners?
I don't know how to describe it. So there's
Is it
hole.
like a claw?
It's kind of like a claw, but there's a hole in the middle. So we'll go through the hole
You grab
and
it,
we'll
right?
like move the arm up, and it will like attach to the cover.
Mm-hmm.
So then we'll be able to hold it like that. And since there's Velcro on the diameter of the cover, and there's Velcro on like the rocket and the cargo thing itself. So you just have to go up and like press it, and it should attach. And then you just like move the arm back down and pull it out, and it should stick.
What about the balls?
The balls. So we have an intake arm in the front of it. So I have like a giant, not a giant, but we'll have like a spinny thing on the front. I don't know how to describe it very well.
It's a spinny like pole, but
Yes,
it's gonna be wood.
It's not
Yeah,
gonna be wood.
it's not gonna be wood?
No, it's not gonna be
What's
wood.
it gonna be?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be steel or aluminum.
Oh shoot. Okay.
I understand.
Huh,
I think I
okay.
understand why we're having it like that, but that's going to be
Hard.
a lot heavier
It's
for
not
the
gonna be that
robot.
heavy.
A better way to describe what our ball system is going to be, it's a long pole that's going to have, it's very similar to a conveyor belt pole.
Yeah.
It's going to have motors on one side or both sides, and it's going to go up to the balls and spin so the balls go under it, but then bounce up over our bumpers into our robot.
Yeah, it's gonna be very.
Where
similar.
then we'll have what, like a...
There'll be a claw, and it's a little bit too small, so that way when the ball goes in, it will get I don't know how to,
Claw bits.
I don't know how to describe it. We're gonna have wheels on the claw, so that way it like kind of like sucks the ball in, and it stays there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be kind of compressed because
So
the
it'll
hook-
be able to shoot it.
Well, yes. Well, since it's like a dodgeball, it compresses very well.
It's squishy.
Yes, it's very, very squishy. So the claw's a little bit too small, so it has like pressure and it holds it in place.
Right.
But since we have wheels on it, we'll be able to like suck it in, and then we'll be able to also shoot it out.
Yeah.
Right.
And like for making these parts, right? Are we like relying on LCC?
Yes, I
to
believe
make the parts. with?
LCC is, or like we're going
Like
to LCC to machine almost all the parts.
That's
Awesome. Yeah.
So,
All right.
All right. What do you guys think will be the biggest role in this game?
I think it's gonna be the stacking.
Yeah, we
Getting
talked
up on the
about this in the
Endgame?
design. Yeah, Endgame was
is
the
going to be
main
really
focus.
important.
It feels like it's gonna be, yeah.
Well, the main reason we were talking about Endgame that time is because we kind of talked about everything else already. So we were just talking about how like we'd get up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
But-
it's like confused.
I mean, it does matter that we get points in like the normal game, so that way we don't have to completely rely on Endgame, because we're not gonna be able to get enough points in Endgame by itself to be able to win.
Yeah.
But Endgame is gonna be really important because I'm pretty sure you can get a ranked point out of it, and then
I feel like it'll be important with teaming and stuff.
Yes.
Picking and choosing teams.
Mhm.
I know at first we were gonna go with a ramp, so that way even
Yeah.
though if we couldn't get onto like the 6 or the 12, we could get both the other teams up onto the 6 or 12. But we kind of scrapped that.
All right.
So Endgame is our main focus.
Endgame,
then.
well,
No, not
Not really.
Well, Endgame was, but we kind of got that like figured out already. So right now with CAD, our main focus is like how like the claw that we're going to use to shoot the balls out.
Yeah.
That's our main focus right
Okay,
now.
that,
making it
that's
real
good.
good.